3 things I have learned through dating after divorce. 1, do not project your past ex's toxic traits onto your new partner. They are not them. We have these triggers and these responses of like, oh, that means this, and this means this, and that means they are going to be just like my ex. Don't do that. Don't project. Give them the chance. Give them the opportunity to show that they are not your ex. They are not that person. Number 2, asking your relationship needs to be met is not selfish. Basic communication, honesty, trustworthiness, all these things are bare minimum. You are not being selfish by saying, I need better communication, or I want more quality time together, or whatever it may be. You asking for that and expecting that other person to step up is not selfish. And if they can't give that to you, don't take it personally. That person has their own set of expectations, experiences, traumas that they're dealing with, and so if they can't meet those relationship needs, don't take it personally. Probably just not your person. 3rd, just be your true, genuine, authentic, goofy, weird, silly self. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to talk about your insecurities. It's okay to not like reading books if they read books. The second you start deciding, like, I can just change this one thing about me, wrong guy. Okay? Because the right guy is going to love you exactly for the way you are.
That is not going to happen.
Gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Give me the sip rep. And now guys, let's get started with this episode of Dating After Divorce, where we have this woman here who I have to thank for not shouting and yelling into the camera. She's smiling, you know, all pleasant. The things she says are nice in theory, but she can't apply them to reality. Like her first advice to not compare, you know, people to your exes, which, you know, is true. But like, who will benefit from that advice? You know, people go to therapy to forget about learned behaviors and patterns in their brains. So imagine the therapist just saying, just don't do it. Don't compare your boyfriends to your ex. You know, just don't do it. I mean, yeah, we know it's true, but like, you know, how can you apply that into your life by just hearing it out? You know, so it's not that easy, right? Dating after divorce is not easy. So you know what? Just don't get divorced. Because here's the thing, guys. This woman, for me personally at least, is really attractive. You know, this woman, I tell you, there are a lot of guys who would want to be with her. Thousands of guys. This woman has had many opportunities during her life. And you know, she ended up picking the man with whom it didn't work. So it's either she was not enough and not a good partner, or she picked a man who was not a good partner. So you see, in both cases, it's her fault. And, you know, I'm not saying that the whole marriage was her fault and everything that happened was her fault. But guys, this woman will have made a relationship happen with thousands of different men, you know, and she just didn't pick the one that was suitable and that was good. You know, that's why I have to put the blame on her. But now, guys, let's get to Jenny.
Hey, it's Jenna, and I'm recently divorced and sharing all the craziness that I'm learning trying to date in 2023. The biggest thing I find is it is crazy the amount of men who try to get into my inbox, friend request me, private message me, Snapchat me with full-ass girlfriends or wives in their profile pictures and all over their social media, and expect me to actually want to add them as a friend, converse with them, try to get the know them. No, absolutely not. I want nothing to do with that. What that shows me is, 1, you have no respect for your girlfriend or wife. 2, you have no respect for me to think that I would want to get involved in any of that mess. And 3, it shows me that you're not a man. Because A, you're not fixing the crap at home before you try to get out, or you're not man enough to divorce that person and be done with it and put the whole situation out of its misery before you move on. I have enough crap in my life. I'm trying to fix my own problems and traumas and my own, red flags. So I don't need you to bring yours to me. I cannot even tell you how many men are in my inbox right now trying to friend request me with women in their profile pictures. And I'm not talking mama, sisters, kids, or anything. I'm talking full-ass girlfriends and wives. Don't do it.
Guys, look at how surprised this woman looks by the fact that men are DMing her. It was a joke about her eyebrows, guys. It's correct. But let's end the TikTok and we'll talk more about it.
I highly recommend you avoid me like the plague because I am a girl. I promise you, if a girl messages me, says, has my man messaged you? Has he this? Has he that? Well, I'm going to tell. And I'm not going to have any regrets about it because you came to me and put me in that situation. So be prepared. You might want to avoid me. I am not that girl.
Okay, guys. So I have to agree with her. This behavior from men is really disgusting. But if you for a moment think that this woman made this TikTok because she's, you know, worried about other people's marriages, she's concerned, she's not. She's making this TikTok because, look at all the men in my DMs, you know, even married men, damn, I must really be worth it if they're in a relationship and they're still DMing me, like, I must be better than their wives, you know, like, just saying, oh, look at all the men in my DMs. It's really bad, guys. But look at all the men in my DMs. Yeah, all right. You've had your attention. I hope you sleep better at night. Now let's move on to our next TikTok, guys.
Things I wish people would have told me after I got divorced. That being single is a choice. It's very easy to distract yourself with dating apps and swipe and just go on random dates. I'm speaking from experience. I did this. But then you're left empty and wondering, why am I doing this? Because you're numbing. You're numbing the pain. You're distracting yourself so you don't have to sit in it. And that can only last so long before it just starts catching up with you and biting you in the ass. So then you have to sit in the pain. Then you choose.
The pain. Guys, I'm gonna comment on this before I burst into tears because of all the sadness, but it's like it's a little funny how we get to be the victim. You know, we get to divorce our men, then we get to consciously date multiple men, and then we get to be the victim. You know, that's funny to me. I don't understand how you can always be the victim.
Choose to sit in the pain and be alone. You have to get quiet with yourself. You have to sit and do the hard work within yourself. Yes, this includes journaling. Yes, this includes reading all of the self-help books. This means you have to be vulnerable with yourself. You have to be so raw and honest with who you are and why you're doing the things that you're doing and question everything. Also owning up to your mistakes that you made in your past relationship because the marriage.
Oh yeah, I can clearly see that you're owning up to your mistakes and being honest with yourself and being critical of yourself while you are kissing your own arse throughout the whole video and playing the victim. It's just, you know, so clear to me that you are absolutely being accountable for the things you've chosen.
Ended, but it wasn't just one person's fault. And we can all sit in blaming the other person for a little while, I know. But the real healing and growth happens when you look in the mirror. And start taking ownership for your part in the failure of that marriage. The more work we do, the quieter our ego gets. This was a beautiful part of my process that I am so grateful for. I never realized how much my ego was leading my life. Yes, I'm still healing. Yes, I'm still single, but I'm really happy. And if you're on this journey, you will get to this place too. You are not alone. I love you, and I'm so incredibly proud of you for doing all of the hard work it takes.
Yeah, thank you for being proud of me. Now, it takes more than fancy and whimsical words. Guys, all of this, she says, sounds absolutely beautiful. But when you don't put it into practice, nobody cares, you know? Start leading by example and not by what you say. Because with the same breath, you've said how accountable you are for your actions, yet at the same time, you've played victim for being in hookup culture and for getting played by other men. How is that possible? How can we take you seriously for your words saying that you've learned when we just experience a straight minute of you playing victim and talking about the pain and suffering from dating after divorce, you know? well, don't go into a Tinder app and date 5 men at a time if it leads you to pain. I don't know, guys.
inside.
So you ever done that thing where you go on a date with a guy that you've been talking to on Tinder for a little bit, and then it's the most magical night that you ever thought could happen, and you guys
Okay, stop it right there. Do you think, guys, quiz time, do you think that this woman had the most magical night of her life with a man who has A, good morals, who wants a future with her, who is a stable option and who is going to be loyal to her, or B, with Chad? Just take a guess, right? No wrong answers, gentlemen. Take a guess.
guys love all the same things, and he's hilarious and charming and dorky, and then you spend 3 hours talking in his truck, and then the next night is 4th of July and you meet up to watch fireworks, and you have a panic attack for most of the night because you drink too much caffeine, but he's cool with it. He's just chilling, and you just look into his eyes, his green beautiful eyes, and realize that you are falling so hard so fast, and it scares you, but you don't care. And then you go on a date Sunday and you spend all day with him, and he takes you to the arcade, and he takes you bowling, and he takes you out to sushi, and your heart is just constantly fluttering for the whole day. And then the next night you still want to spend time with him, so he's on his way to your house right now to pick you up to go to the laundromat because you need to wash your clothes, and he wants to spend time with you, and you just you ever felt like that? Cause I'm feeling that.
Yeah, guys, she's feeling that. Check on her next week to see her crying about how he left. Guys, I honestly don't know. Like, maybe, guys, maybe if you've taken the quiz with option A, maybe she's doing all of that with the loyal guy, the usually boring guy, maybe she's doing all of that with him. But my guess is that she's doing it with Chad, and she's going to be in a 3-month situationship where, things are not settled with someone, and then he's going to leave, and all those butterflies that we're having right now are going to fly out the window. Because, guys, here's the thing. This woman would have bowling and sushi and all the things she mentioned with a lot of guys, most of whom want a serious relationship. But she's probably having all of this right now with Chad. Based on my experience, based on all the women saying, talking about the spark, the butterflies and all of that. So I really don't know. I mean, best of wishes. I hope you are, a sane individual and you've chosen a good partner to do all of those things with. But sadly, guys, I think it's not the case. But what do you think? Leave me your thoughts down in the comments, and I'll be much happy. I'll be really happy to see you next time, guys. Have a good one.